What are you doing today?
Oh man,
Dude, why is the office such a mess?
that's your shit.
Holy.
I have like a couple of things in specifically exactly where I want them. I have CBB shirts, I have dog treats, I have a remote for this light that doesn't work, I have a remote for something else, I have my laptop, a tire pressure gauge, some daytime cold medication.
Oh, I just realized, are you wearing the microphone?
It's right here.
Oh.
What am I doing today? We're back on equipped deadlifts. It's been 1 week since our last star date entry. And yeah, we're deadlifting again. I think we might get squat and bench this weekend. Maybe. Considering it.
Yeah, we will.
Thinking potentially. So yeah, we got. I don't know, man. I'm gonna do some lifting today. I'm gonna do a couple sets of this, a couple sets of that. I'm gonna run around, get a little bit of a pump. My shoulder's a little annoyed. I don't know what did it. It might have been like I was doing some flies at Mount Royal the other night. Those benches at Mount Royal really suck, and you kind of gotta to get into the right place to unrack. You have to go all the way back until your shoulder blades kind of pop into the gap between the head pad and the back pad. And I was doing feet up bench there, so I don't know. We're gonna do some light-ish feet up bench today. See if we can get some redemption. My left side's still a little bunged up from doing those. I did some curls last week on this day, and they hurt so bad. I had some weird shit going on inside of my elbow that hurt all the way down into my wrist and shit. So I don't know what the hell that was, but we'll figure it out. Yeah, I think that's kind of it. That's what we're doing today. And then maybe I gotta do some sewing on my bench shirt, which I might do today, I might not, but I know everybody was really enamored with the last sewing video we did. So, expect another really good sewing video, but this time with a sewing machine incoming. James is doing an obstacle course out there. Do we have insurance for this guy?
Who is that guy?
Wait
a second.
If he falls, are we liable for this? I don't know if I can do it, man.
Do what?
The fluff thing.
What fluff?
It's killing me.
I don't even see it.
Yeah.
I don't even see it.
It's so subtle. Nobody will even notice it.
It's like those croc accessories, but for your hat.
Makes me feel like I got a troll doll in my eye the whole time. Or I don't know. It's really distracting.
I was gonna ask you what your body weight is.
Body weight is 109. So it's leveling out and coming back down a little bit. Getting back into training over the last week or so, my body weight just went whoop. But I think a lot of that's to do with just being back to training harder, holding more glycogen, more water, etc. So yeah, I'm not too worried about it. Got a good amount of time, and I think the plan's cut to 107, 107.5, and then probably water cut from there, which I'm a little nervous about because I haven't done many water cuts, especially in equipment, but be fine.
What happened to getting shredded?
What happened to getting shredded? I did equip lifting instead, and I'm really glad I did. I would much rather lift heavy weights than starve myself. That's just always kind of been my thing. I never guaranteed anything. I just said I was going to start cutting and see what happened. And what happened was I wanted to get into equip lifting. So now, instead of getting shredded, I bought a sewing machine. Yeah, deadlift today. I'm gonna be doing a single and then a triple, and that'll be what it is. We'll see, probably around like 342, 345, up about 10 kilos from last week, provided we're feeling good, which we should. I gotta remember to take a pair of straps home, because I was at Mount Royal to do a little Monday sesh. I didn't have any straps. I had to borrow their straps. Their straps suck. So I was trying to do RDLs with no chalk on a smooth ass bar, and I just like kept dropping it and shit. I ended up having to strap and mix grip, and then it just felt bad, and I still got like 7 reps before I just got too annoyed. Instead of 8 reps, should have been 8. Then it'll be a little weird. But maybe not too weird, I don't know. That's one thing I think a lot of novice equipped lifters maybe mess up, is not getting into your equipment early enough. I think especially when you're first starting, like I'm going up to 340 whatever today, and I'm into the suit at 220, right? My last raw warm up is 170. I think especially with deadlift, you can afford to get into it easier or earlier rather. But even when I was squatting, you know, in the lead up to squatting 400 in comp, I think I was still getting into this squat suit at 220, maybe taking a last raw warm up at 220 and then getting in the suit for like 250. But even if you just barely move, learning that groove and getting those extra reps when you're starting in equipment, I think is really, really useful. Shit. Save your mouth guard. Or anything you drop while you're in a deadlift suit.
I was watching our last video, and I think you took your last warm up and it moved easy.
Yeah.
But in the video, you were like, oh, it didn't move as fast as I wanted it to, so I didn't like go up as much as I could have.
Uh-huh.
But like, how do you, like, how fast does it need to move? Like, how do you know that it's, like, to me, it looked like it moved fast.
So there's this thing with deadlifts, for me anyways, I don't know if anybody else
feels this at all, but like a really good deadlift, and especially as amplified in equipment, but it's all just build up. It's all in building the tension. And then as soon as you like commit to the pull and start the pull, like for me, like I'm just fucking gone. Like I don't exist for a second. It just like happens and then I'm at lockout. And that's indicative of like a really good deadlift, a well-performed deadlift, where everything is just put into the intent of like building all the tension and then it's just over. So if I feel any lag in that process of the actual lift itself, right? Like if I feel it like, oh, this is a little, like I had to think about it, or I had to like be present in the lift itself and like exert myself a little more, then I think that to me indicates maybe it's not, you know, flying. But if it's like a heartbeat basically, and it's just like you kind of black out and then you're at the top, that's kind of what a good deadlift feels like for me. So if I feel that, I know that I'm like on pace and on track. I don't know if that makes any sense, but
do you feel like having like a velocity unit then keeps you more in tune with things? Like I know you haven't used one in a while.
I think a velocity tracker would like help in ways, but I also think sometimes the subjective is really important to take into consideration, because despite me being able to move the bar at a certain speed, and I'm just playing devil's advocate here, I don't actually think that, you know, velocity meters are gonna, well, I don't know, I'm just playing devil's advocate. But I think on some level, if I feel that like psychological strain through a lift, that's also something to take note of, because maybe my faculties are like somewhat impaired from fatigue buildup or whatever, right? So I think there's value in paying attention to those signals, even with the like very objective measure of velocity, right? So again, and that's kind of why I am a huge fan of RPE, and why I try to like, you know, in my interpretation, you know, RPE includes the subjective. It's not just an objective measure, to me anyways. I think there should be some subjectivity to it. It's just a matter of knowing how to distinguish the signal from the noise, right? What parts of that like experience and subjectivity do you need to or want to pay attention to, and what parts of it are not valuable, right? I don't know. I don't pretend to have it like perfected either, right? Like I mess it up, I'll overload stuff, I'll miss reps, I'll fuck up, but that's what I aim for, right? Is I aim to try to like be precise while taking into account, yes, how did it feel? I pay attention to it, I think it's important. Yeah, that felt like it should. So again, that's kind of where I'm like gauging my, like at 8 for this block, is I want to feel a little bit of that. Like I want to feel a little bit of that, like, oh, this is like, I'm having to kind of put some psychological effort in here. Like there's enough time on the way up that I can think about the fact that I'm lifting it. And I think that for me, when it comes to the deadlift, is kind of what differentiates the 7 to an 8. Because if anybody, like if you've watched my training at all, I'll go from like smoking something to like losing my back and getting stuck at lockout, right? So I have to be really precise with where and how I'm feeling that lag or slow down or hiccup or whatever, right? But that feels like that was probably the right weight for the day. Felt like it should. About 10 kilos from last week. We're good with that. We're good with that. Tons of time to progress and build the old total. Whew. Well, unfortunately, I think we're probably pulling the bench back a little bit more again. It's just feeling junky, feeling f***ed up again. So yeah, I just got to peel the load back a little bit, I think. Give it a bit of a break. We got back close-ish to like real training loads. But yeah, it's just, I don't know if it's the frequency or what, but these kinds of recoveries are never linear, right? It's never like you just figure it out and ramp your way back to training loads and everything's good. It's just kind of not the way it goes, unfortunately. So we'll pull back a little bit here today, about 5 kilos less than, you know, the last time I did this, which was already kind of taking it a bit easy. But it's just like, it's pinching, it's uncomfortable. There's no reason I need to be pushing it. So we're gonna try to get some relatively comfortable bench going on if we can, and hopefully allow it some room and some space to continue to recover. I can feel it there, but it doesn't seem like it's not pinchy. It's not pain necessarily. So I think that's probably an okay load for today. I mean, it's supposed to be 7 reps out of 6, so it's not supposed to be really much of anything anyways. So it's a good day to just let it chill a little bit. Second set felt a bit better. Hopefully that's a good indication. that worked. What a weird movement. I mean, I know it's not, but that's like the most foreign shit. All right, so yeah, that's I don't know, week 2 of the first block of a few that are gonna head into Nats here. And Nats will be a busy week, right? I'll be coaching, I think the day I compete, I'm session 2. I have an athlete competing first thing in the morning, weigh in at 6, lift at 8, and then I have an athlete competing immediately after me. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting to like balance all that stuff, but I'm kind of going in like deprioritizing my performance in a little, in a ways, you know, in a way. And I don't think in terms of like how I'm going to prepare for it or how seriously I'm going to take it, but I think in terms of, like I was saying, the amount of pressure I'm going to put on myself to actually perform on the day, right? I still want all that pressure to be like, okay, I need to be a good athlete. I need to make sure that I'm, you know, doing everything right with food and sleep and rest, stress management and training. But I think where I used to get caught up was thinking about actually performing on the day and being like, oh, this has to go a certain way on the day. And I think just removing that from the mental stack right now and heading into the competition, I think is going to help a lot. So, you know, in a way, it'll be what it'll be. I'm going to be in Sheffield next week, so we'll get some good training in with some good pals there. But yeah, just kind of not letting myself get too stressed about it. Just trying to be chill. We'll see how that goes for me.